Welcome everyone to WMVG, the weekly Multivarious Games podcast. I am Chris, joined today by Laura Lee, Cody,
so tired,
Tom,
arguably,
and Baby for the PAX East cast.
Yeah,
PAX East.
So we got back from PAX East. What was it today? Friday, so Monday.
Yeah,
and then Tom got real sick.
Shut up.
And then I got moderately sick.
I
Cody
almost
was
got
exhausted.
sick.
Yeah, Laura Lee fended this one off.
yeah. I think
The PAX plague.
I think I fended it off, but it kind of got me. We went probably 3 or 4 rounds. There's just round 1 was definitely it, and then round 2 was me.
There's PAX Pox, there's Con Crud, there's Expo Expectoration.
Yeah,
that's the word for vomiting.
Anyway, so today we're going to talk about all the PAX stuff because we all went. First, let's do some housekeeping, though.
Yeah.
As we've mentioned the past few episodes, our Patreon is up at patreon.com/multivarious.
How many individual dollars have we gotten?
We have 27 individual dollars coming at us.
Every month?
27 whole
Every
individual
month.
dollars.
Whoa. That's more than I expected.
We have 2 people, Robert and Sean. So thank you again for
You guys are the best.
being awesome. But yeah, if you like what we're doing and you want to see us do more stuff outside of even WMVG, but just a lot of the other things we're working on, throw us a couple dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think we have any other housekeeping, do we?
I'm doing that out of necessity. Not because
So am I.
Not because I have even an iota of affection for you. Just want to make that
Not
clear.
after this weekend.
Just want to make that clear.
All right, so no more housekeeping, right?
I hope not.
Cool. Oh yeah, I guess GDEX is still available. So bit.ly/exhibit
GDEX 2016.
exhibit GDEX 2016.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exhibit
All
GDEX
all
2016. It'll be down there. Go down there. Do you want to exhibit GDEX 2016? You should do it. Did we meet you at PAX?
Yeah, I'd recommend signing up. We're at a fair number of applications already for it being so early. So this is actually really exciting.
Yeah.
We're probably over 10% of our space. Well, I haven't looked at what the ICE/large booth ratio is.
Yeah.
But just in terms of numbers, we're over 10% right now.
That's good. I haven't actually looked at the application, I think, since we've gotten back from PAX, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So
I looked at it. Yeah, I looked at it yesterday. So we got a lot of exhibitors. So
I'm excited to look at it.
We do rolling sort of applications and acceptances. So the earlier you get yours in, the stronger the chance of being accepted.
Yeah. I guess it's also important to say that we haven't accepted an exhibitor yet.
We have not accepted anyone, but just in raw numbers. Yeah.
In raw numbers. So if you applied and you still haven't heard back from us, it's because we're working out the rest of the stuff. And PAX was last week.
Yeah, we gotta do some website update stuff, and then we'll start hitting folks up.
Yeah.
But Cody.
Yeah.
It's PAX East.
It was PAX East. It was Laura Lee and I's first one.
Yep.
So that was cool. You guys went last year.
Yeah. So why don't we get first impressions from the newbies then?
First impressions from newbies. Laura Lee, do you want me to start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start.
Yeah, PAX East was a good time. I quickly kind of came to realize why I appreciate what we've created with OGDE or GDEX so much. Because
Go on.
Yeah, I know. No, it was one of those things. So we went to the first thing that we did for PAX East is we snuck into the exhibitor hall and chatted with some friends because we had exhibitor passes. Sorry.
Yeah, Tom and I did.
That wasn't the first thing we did. We went to the IGN party.
Yeah.
Well, that was technically
Which is
the
where
first thing
these
we
came
did,
from.
but
Day 0.
yeah,
I'm talking day 1.
That's day 0. I'm talking day 1. But yeah, we went and listened to Jonathan Blow speak, which was interesting. It was kind of, he was breaking down kind of the game mechanics of other people's games and why it was good. And then,
looking back on that, I feel pretty disappointed.
Yeah?
You do?
Yeah, when I walked out of it on day 1, I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. But then looking back, I was like, he just kind of talked about, he showed some interesting stuff. And he talked about some cool things, but I wish he would have talked about more about his games and stuff, more about his thought process and his design decisions. Like,
Sorry, he's not a narcissist, Chris.
But it's not about being a narcissist, Tom.
Yeah, it is.
But I think I said this to you, is like, it's like walking into a talk by Stanley Kubrick, and then he spends all his time talking about other directors. Like, I want to know what Stanley Kubrick thinks about stuff.
Yeah.
You know, why he made his decisions about these games. I understand he was talking about what was interesting for him and what he thought was interesting design stuff for some of these indie games. I mean, I get what he was doing.
I think like, honestly, I think the reason he didn't is because, like, even though his name was on the panel, it's the PAX keynote. It's not the Jonathan Blow panel. It's just he happens to be giving the PAX keynote. So I think he probably wanted to not make it all about him, because for all he knows, almost nobody is there for him. They're there because it's the PAX keynote.
Everyone was there for him.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
listen, we're talking actual, like, reality versus what's on the paper. Like, what's on the
I get it.
schedule.
I was just hoping for like a real deep dive into like Braid and the Witness.
Yeah, but I think that's honestly,
which is not his style. He normally doesn't talk about that kind of stuff, but still.
But I think that's the biggest thing that I was about to get into about what I really appreciate about what we've done with GDEX is that I felt like pretty much every panel I went to, it wasn't like a lot of like deep dives into things, right? So like, you know, we went to the Jonathan Blow, and like you were saying, like it was an interesting take of learning basic game design, right? But like you could tell the difference between going to a game design discussion at GDEX, where it's like a breakdown of like, you know, here's this and this is why it happens and all this and this is why this is good design. Whereas this one's just kind of like, okay, this is like an easy breakdown. It's like I don't want to be. This is gonna sound a lot worse than I mean it, but it's like the dummy's guide to game design is what you'll get at PAX compared to.
Yeah, it was just all high level.
It's an audience of gamers, not
exactly. And that's I think the biggest thing that I kind of not disappointed because I kind of expected it, but. You know, after the Jonathan Blow panel, we went to the Kind of Funny panel just to kind of see what they were doing there, and it turned into like a big kind of Q&A of like, you know, a bunch of fans just being like, "Hey, it's cool to get to talk to you guys," and like I appreciate that. I can see why people want that. I can understand why people would want to go to a panel like that. But to me, like, that's not interesting. I don't want to, you know, I don't want you to answer my questions. I want you to tell me, like, what you do. What is your process? What is your story? I don't want you to, like, answer my story, you know?
Sure.
I don't want you to fill in the blanks. I want you to tell me the whole story. This ain't Mad Libs.
This ain't Mad Libs.
There was a similar thing with the Bravely Second panel that we went to, where it was actually about the development of the game, but it focused on, after the game was developed, how they took the critiques of the audience.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all about like how the audience perceived their game and how they made it better because of them, which was cool, but I wanted to know, like, during development, what sort of challenges did they run into and how did they resolve them? And like, that's the stuff that I would understand, but I think a lot of consumers probably wouldn't.
Totally.
So.
Totally. And that was the main kind of thing that I got from PAX, is that PAX is really cool, but I spent a majority of my time on the show floor because I enjoyed talking shop with people who were actually like working the booths or whatever, instead of going to a panel where, like, you know, in the other panel that I went to, it was Tom and I went to like a game show, right? And like that totally makes sense on PAX. You know, it's like, oh, it's a game show. People, you know, the guy who ended up winning the game show won like probably $500 in Nintendo stuff. Like got like a new 3DS, a bunch of new games, a bunch of amiibos, and like $100 gift card to the shop. So like it's cool, and it was a fun kind of game. Tom and I were sitting there kind of figuring out it was kind of like Jeopardy. I don't know how to best describe that game.
It's like, you know, you go up and you go choose a number between 1 and 10, and you get like a random question or a video game challenge, and the longer you keep it up without messing up or getting a question wrong, you know, you earn points, and whoever, like, as soon as you get anything wrong, you're eliminated, but you keep however many points you got up to the top point, and whoever got the most points that managed to get up, you know, everybody who came to the panel got a number, and they drew numbers to see who would come up. So it was really cool. I was like kind of hoping I got called, because it seemed like a fun time, like, honestly, like, just, because it is like literally it could be anything at all. Like, they even have like a category they called like brutal questions, which is just like ridiculous. I think the one brutal question that we saw was something like what was the original like poorly localized name of the Lost Woods in the original Zelda?
Yeah, that was the brutal question of like in the original NES. What was the original?
What was the name of the Lost Woods? And the answer was,
oh god,
the Forest of Maze.
The Forest of Maze.
The Forest of Maze.
Which that's pretty brutal. Like, it's only in the instruction manual for that game. So
yeah,
I have the instruction manual. Should bring it in.
Yeah, we can check out the Forest of Maze.
But
yeah, I mean that was kind of the thing. Like those kind of panels are cool, right? Like that's fun. I'd go to that just to play the game show or whatever. But I guess when I want to go see like a company talk about what they do, like I want to see a company talk about what they do. I want to hear Jonathan Blow's process. I want to know, maybe not necessarily like the Bravely Second was probably the best example of something that was at least interesting, because it was just them taking the talking about QA. But they hid, instead of being like, the quality assurance of Bravely Default or how we made Bravely Default better for you, it was like, an inside look at the development of Bravely Default. And that was the exact opposite of what it was. It was the post-development of Bravely Default.
yeah, well,
you know what I mean? Like it was them doing a post-mortem of QA.
Sure, and I think PAX in general is it's a celebration of games that already exist, and it's also a party for fans of those games. So you're really not gonna get much of a deep dive just about anywhere you go there. They got PAX Dev for that if you really want that, but I would rather go to the game developer conference.
Yeah, totally.
Or even our thing, because our expo is about kind of games that are in development more than games that have already been made.
Yeah.
So you'll get a lot more, because it's so much smaller, you can actually go up to the booth and talk in depth with whoever you want for pretty much as long as you want. So I don't know. PAX is too busy. There's too many things to do. No matter how much you prepare and plan, you're not going to be able to see more than 10% of what's there.
Yeah.
Just because the way that, there's like 5 or 6 different theaters that are constantly showing things, and you can only go to one thing at a time, and
it's so hard. Like, I played maybe 2 or 3 games because I didn't want to stand in a 2-hour line. Because I was like, that's 2 hours of my, short weekend here.
Yeah. Better have a mobile game that you're super into, so you can stand there in line and just play that.
Yeah, for sure.
While you're waiting for whatever it is you're waiting for.
Yeah.
But even food lines were crazy.
I hate waiting in lines so much.
Does it feel like a waste of your life?
I just hate.
Think of all the networking you got done in line.
I didn't get any. I sat and guarded the table.
He did.
Oh, not the lunch line. I just mean in general.
I was like, my job was to hold the table down. I didn't network with anyone.
That's true though. We did meet somebody from Wake Tech University who had connections with ECGC. So got to meet him in line.
There's plenty of. We networked.
Didn't we meet the lead artist for Borderlands on the way out?
He's the art director.
Yeah, so that's kind of the fun story. That's probably one of my favorite stories from the trip. Is Chris and I were staying a little bit late to kind of help the Skookum guys, just kind of chatting, and then we were picking up our stuff, and I get a call from, I think it was either Tom or Laura Lee, and they're like, "Hey, we're outside waiting for you guys." It's like, "Okay, cool, we'll be out in a second." So Chris and I,
Skookum?
We've talked about them. They did the pedestrian. They had their booth at PAX.
I didn't watch that podcast. I'm an audience member. I'm confused.
You were on that podcast.
I'm not. What are you talking?
Okay, I got you.
I'm not talking.
Okay,
it's not me.
Sorry. But anyway, yeah. So we're walking outside, and I see Laura Lee with some leftover GDEX cards that we were passing out throughout the weekend, just randomly walking up to people and passing them out. And I'm like, oh my God, how have I not done this sooner?
Yeah.
So I start walking around and I start just passing it out. So I pass one out to one person. They're like, hey, that's awesome. I'm from around here. I totally want to go. And then I pass it out to another guy and I'm just kind of talking with them. And I look over and I'm like, yeah, we focus on kind of indie development and Midwestern development. We're really trying to grow that scene. And I look over at him and I see that he's wearing an exhibitor badge. And I was like, oh, what booth did you exhibit for? And he's like, oh, I'm the art director for Battleborn. I'm like,
Battleborn.
Okay. Well, no, and he was also the art director for Borderlands 2.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, yeah, I work at Gearbox. I was the art director for Battleborn and Borderlands 2. And so I was like, guys, you all need to get over here right now. This is awesome.
I just walked ahead of you guys because I didn't care.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked. But yeah, so then we had a chat.
Tom.
We had a chat with him. He's interested. I'm going to shoot him an email early next week once everything's kind of recovered.
Witcher people were interested.
Yeah, the Witcher people. We met them. Got Gwent cards.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
You could be like Tim Schafer, and I'd be like, I'd try to make some pun of his name, and kind of be disrespectful.
That's
And
good.
not network at all.
That's why you're not allowed to network, Tom.
Don't ask me to network. I'm here
Tom,
to like.
people have killed for the right to podcasts, and this is how you're repaying them.
I'm here to make people happy. They networked with us. I'm not here to I'm not here to do the actual networking.
What did you do? You punned one of the head creatives of Twitch. Like the
guy
second
getting us
sentence
free drinks.
Yeah. Well,
Tom almost got kicked out of the bar for that.
Thanks, Tom.
nah, I almost didn't get free drinks for myself, but I still did.
Chris, what was your favorite part of PAX?
You guys.
Aww, what was your actual favorite part of PAX?
No, I mean, I enjoyed going with you all.
Tell us something that's not a freaking lie.
I don't know. Like a lot of stuff. The exhibitor mixer was cool. I felt like that whole week was just a whirlwind. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on, so it made it hard to like kind of focus sometimes on what I should be. Plus the fact that it's 70,000 people makes it hard just to focus in and of itself. But I enjoyed the exhibitor mixer, the IGN party. I thought that kicked off the weekend awesome. Mm-hmm. And if you go to our Facebook page, there's a photo of Tom that is perhaps one of the best photos ever taken in the history of photography.
Hold on. I'll just bring it up.
Will we cue it up here?
Yeah, just keep talking. I'll cue it.
So that was a lot of fun. Then the second IGN party we went to, I liked a lot because I actually got to talk to some of them.
Oh, you did end up talking to some
yeah,
people that night?
I talked to Max. I talked to Damon a little bit. There you go.
There we go.
Let's just cue this bad boy up.
So good.
That is
That's
a work of art right there.
That's beautiful.
That's the start of the weekend.
That's how we started our weekend.
Yeah, I was definitely on a
great.
bunch of DXM and Percocet when that photo was taken.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god, I'm bleeping all of that.
That was, I said this to all of you though, that was one of the things I want to make sure to not ever do at GDEX. Now granted, this party was this was an IGN party. This was the Battleborn party sponsored by IGN, I think was the first one. And the second one was the IGN meet and greet sponsored by Battleborn.
Yeah, that was weird. It was the first one was like a Battleborn launch party or something.
Yeah.
I think I've come to find out later.
My God, Battleborn. that game. Its marketing does not appeal to me at all.
I'm like interested in it solely due to the fact that it was made by the people who did Borderlands. So Gearbox, I have a soft spot for Gearbox.
That's fine.
And then I just found out through somebody else's video that Battleborn has a campaign, which now I'm much more interested in the fact that there's actually like hypothetically there's something to do more than just multiplayer, and that got me interested. But I probably still won't be able to buy it and play it. So
Cool.
I'm just gonna maybe I'll rent it and see if it's good.
Rent it? What?
Yeah.
I'll rent shit.
I walked to a Redbox last night and rented Snoopy, and it was the best. Guys, I can walk to
You
a
mean
Redbox.
the movie?
No, there's a video game.
Oh.
Kate and I tried to play it, but the co-op was really bad, so we played it for like 20 minutes and then stopped.
That's probably why I was in Redbox.
Yeah, probably.
So we're at this IGN party, and it's like a lot of fun. We're kicking off the weekend. Tom's tearing it up, but there's like this little to the left of the stage. There's like this little area that's like a couple steps up, and that's like a private VIP area.
Yeah.
And like I walked in there, and I was in there for like 20 seconds until a security guard asked for where my wristband was and told me I had to get out. But I was like, why there's only like 20 people up here. Why do you need a VIP area?
Yeah.
At this kind of thing, like just have fun, just come out and mingle and like just be somewhere, be present.
Yeah. Or if anything, like, I could understand if people need, like, a green room, right? Like, if you get, like, a really big person who kind of needs to be away from things for a bit, but, like, don't make it, like, right next to the stage.
In the middle of the throbbing
In the middle
music.
of, like, in the middle of the bar.
It definitely wasn't there for people to get away from everything. It was
Yeah.
there for people to feel like
Better
important
than
and better
other
than
people.
other people. It's like, look at me, I'm a VIP.
I was hanging out with the Skookum people, and then, like, all of a sudden you hear this, like, clanking, like, ding, 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 ding. And there's these, like, super attractive, scantily clad women carrying bottles of vodka that have lights radiating out of them, and they're walking through the crowd in this, like, line up to the VIP area to announce the presence that they're going to the VIP area. I was like, really?
And they paid like
Really?
$200 or more for the bottle.
Yeah.
Like,
I missed that. Oh, my God.
I know, it's just like one of those things where, like, I think one of the great things we have about GDEX is just it's a place where people who like games can come and hang out. Like, we've never had a VIP section. Like, obviously we've had...
We have VIP passes, but the VIP passes are just so that you don't have to buy all of the tickets separately.
Yeah, it gets you into everything, and anybody can buy them.
yeah.
And we do have a VIP area at GDEX, but that's mostly just for volunteers and speakers to kind of get situated.
And we didn't even call that VIP. We just
Yeah.
called it
It's really just a storage
like an
area.
employee break room,
Yeah.
basically. Like,
It's just a big storage room where we keep a printer. Like, that is the goal,
Yeah.
that we keep a
Yeah.
printer, and then typically, like, if we had breakfast or something that morning,
Yeah,
like the
donuts and a printer.
the leftover coffee's in there, and then that's typically where I end up stashing my book bag.
It's the
Yeah.
very important
Like-
printer room.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely because it was the same way at the club.
the entire dance floor was a VIP section.
That
it was
rid-
ridiculous.
That was so stupid, but whatever. But PAX or whatever doesn't control those parties. Those
Yeah,
parties
totally.
are sponsored by IGN and Battleborn and Asus and whatever. And a lot of Boston downtown is attempting to be like New York in a lot of senses. They're kind of trying to be a mini New York.
They can't get away from their seedy roots.
Yeah. And Columbus, we have some bars like in the short north that tend to be a little like that, but by and large, most stuff in Columbus, you just go and you have fun and you meet with people and you have drinks. And oh my God, when I came back, I met with Tina on Monday. When we came back, I got her a 16-ounce drink, me a 16-ounce drink, and
Yeah.
I'm terrified about what he's gonna do.
It's whatever. Tom, what are you doing?
Distracting.
Is it looking into your soul?
You can't stop looking at yourself. Here.
But I bought two of us a drink. It cost $6
That's
for
the
two
best.
drinks, and I gave him a $2 tip. So for two drinks, it cost $8, which was like the minimum of one drink anywhere we went.
It wasn't even that. Actually,
Coronas were the cheapest thing I could get, and those were $8 a bottle.
Yeah, I was gonna say when we were at the Saturday night party, I think Bud Light was like $8 or $9.
Yeah, you can get a cheap bottle of wine in Columbus for that price.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do all the time.
Laura Lee, you want to talk about it? Did this just turn into an intervention cast?
No.
But anyway, enough complaining. That's just like little stuff.
Totally.
And those are things like we're not going to do at our conference as much control as we have over whatever situation there is.
I mean, if IGN wants to come to GDEX and have an after party and have VIPs, I guess there's not much we can do about that. But
the reality is just like
if IGN comes to our thing and wants to throw a party, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
If shit didn't cost money, I'd have everything be free. If it didn't cost tens of thousands of dollars to throw this thing.
by the way, it does.
Yeah, by the way, it does. Yeah,
It does.
If it didn't cost like $50,000 to put that thing on, I would make it all free.
You're gonna make like a motivational poster with that quote: "If shit didn't cost money, everything would be free." Christopher Volpe.
It's just like
We'll
a
have
cat.
we'll have Katie
hanging
draw a
on.
shirt
Yeah.
over that.
It's a cat hanging on to like a clothesline.
Yeah. See, if you bleep that stuff out from before, it's gonna sound way worse than what I actually said. So I hope you do.
I don't even remember what it was anymore.
I do. We won't repeat it.
So I don't know if I actually answered your question about my favorite thing, but I had a lot of fun overall.
Yeah, no, it was a good time for sure. That's the one thing about PAX. Like, so I'm essentially writing this podcast for Columbus Underground, and like my big kind of point at the end is like, get ready to be inspired, because when you are around, when you're in an area of 70,000 people who all love the same thing of gaming, and a pretty big portion of those people also either are game developers or want to be game developers. Like, you're going to get a lot of fun ideas. You're going to meet a lot of cool people, and you're going to want to create. And that was kind of the coolest takeaway from that.
Create.
You know, we were working on the plane, like, just ideas. And, like, I ended up writing, like, a game mechanics document just on the plane ride home. Because I'm like, I don't want to play a video game anymore. Let's just do this. Let's create. And that was cool.
It was.
Laura Lee, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part was probably meeting an artist who created this custom little bestiary weapons guide thing for Legend of Zelda, and she signed the book and drew me a cute little Link picture. But I was surprised because I bought it without realizing that she was there, and then they directed me over and said the artist was there. So that was really cool.
Wasn't that the fan gamer booth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They were getting it signed when I met you.
Yeah. I actually watched that happen.
It was really cool. Just drawing stuff. The fan gamer booth also had something really sweet where when you bought something, you'd get a token, and then they had like a little like capsule machine.
You're gonna have to.
You good?
You're gonna have to edit me out a lot on this.
They had like a little capsule machine that you put your token into, and you'd get like a button and a sticker. And it's like the dumbest thing. I'm sure it cost them all of about like $5 to make all the buttons and the stickers. But like throughout the weekend, we're like trading them or whatever.
All right, you keep talking. I'm gonna go get something to drink real fast.
Okay. But yeah, no, it was cool. It just kind of, we ended up trading them throughout the weekend. Laura Lee got my Zelda one.
Yep. Woohoo!
So
I got a Zelda and a Final Fantasy one.
Wait, did you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a Chocobo.
She didn't tell you about that one.
Yeah, I
she
didn't know
want you
about
to
She wants
steal
more
it.
space.
But yeah, no, that was a really smart idea. There were a lot of really cool things that booths were doing there that I was like, this would be pretty sweet for GDEX. Like the capsule machine.
I'm coming in, baby.
Is cool.
I'm coming in.
She just wanted to stretch.
Boop.
Perfect. But yeah, Fan Gamer. They were the only place that had a Persona. Anything.
Persona. Mm-hmm. Do you see there's a countdown on the Persona website?
Yeah, it's like May 3rd, right?
Sure.
It's sometime next week they're doing something.
Wasn't that fake? I heard that was fake.
No. They did a countdown, and somebody, I'm pretty sure what happened is that somebody just went into like the element tab, like the edit elements, and then changed around some text and posted it up on like Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
And then people thought it was real. I don't know if they actually.
So there is no countdown then?
No, there is a countdown.
Real?
There is a countdown. What somebody did is they took the Persona 5
pretended
page,
to hack it.
Yeah,
and they
like,
pretended to hack it, and it said something about like, you should probably change your passwords, Atlas, and then it had the release date underneath. Like somebody had hacked into it, and Atlas was just like, "This is fake. Like that's not the release date."
That's
knows,
just what
maybe
they would say if they were really hacked, though.
Yeah,
We weren't really hacked.
Cool.
Didn't happen.
but yeah, I want Persona 5 a lot. I want that game pretty bad. Although I didn't get a chance to play, the Nintendo booth had the Fire Emblem or Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem game, which is like Persona, but you summon Fire Emblem characters instead of Personas. It's about pop stars.
PlayStation had the Uncharted 4 demo.
Yeah, we got to see it, but didn't do anything with it.
We were looking for peeps.
Yeah, we were looking for people.
You know, I joked about you having to edit all those coughing out, but I'm going to have to edit it out. Because we're recording on Friday.
This is why we're recording on Friday.
And you're not coming to work tomorrow.
No, I'm not. Oddly enough, I'm not going to work for 8 days straight.
Wuss.
I know, right? Tom, what was your favorite part?
Definitely, absolutely, post-midnight elevator lobby time.
Yeah. So I completely forgot about that. We haven't got there yet.
Well, that's my favorite thing, so
Do you want to talk about it?
we haven't gotten there yet, so no.
Please talk about it. We got there now.
Well, after pretty much every single night of PAX, because we had 2 hotel rooms. They were on opposite sides of the floor. And so in order to not in order to make the night last just a little bit longer, we just hung out in the central kind of lobby area on the 5th floor. So after we went up the elevator to get to our floor, we hung out in the lobby outside the elevator. We were just chilling, and a bunch of PAX people kept coming through. We would tell them to stop and hang out with us, and we ended up talking to some pretty cool, like, streamer folk and, like, some, like, Ark.
Yeah, we met a couple developers of the
like
Ark
London.
Survival Evolved.
Yeah, from, like, London and, like...
Yeah.
And Jeezum Crow and a bunch of other, like, random people going through.
Yeah.
Got yelled at by a bunch of hotel patrons.
We found out that the IGN people were on our floor, but they were too tired to talk to us. They just kind of wanted to go to bed. I was like, okay, that's fine.
Did they tell you to be quiet?
Not the IGN people, but yeah, we got yelled at by a bellhop once, like a security person or somebody who actually worked there.
Yeah,
yelled at us once.
Each night we got yelled at one time first by a bellhop, second by like a floor security dude, and the third by just some random guy who was like, "You talk like," he was talking like one of the streamers that was trying to tell a story. He's like, "You talk really loud. Like some of us here are trying to sleep."
And that's how you could tell that PAX was over.
Yeah.
Because that was the last night of PAX, and there were normal people at the hotel.
Like if he had a mic, he would have like dropped it. Like, could you guys like, there's a lobby downstairs, right? Why don't you go down there and talk? And we're like, you suck.
You suck, McFly.
You suck. Then we beat him up and took his money.
Yeah, it was great. It was a
We
good time.
spent it downstairs at the bar. We got some really expensive alcohol.
Yeah. I just got like a carpet and then left it there.
Anyway, yeah, that's my favorite part. Got really close to winning the Smash Bros. DS tournament. The first night was cool. I got real crunk on DX7 Percocet. And let's see, what else? I liked the...
At least there's not dead air.
Yeah, so anyway. Laura Lee, what did you think of legal seafood?
It was awesome. I don't really like seafood in general, but I ate some shrimp and some fried clams. And then the next night I tried some octopus.
Octopus?
Don't really like... The octopus was my least favorite.
Oh,
I probably won't do that again.
I grooved on that octopus.
Yeah.
It was
a little rubbery, but octopus is rubbery.
Yeah.
But felt good about it.
I like eating animals that are smarter than people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, legal seafood is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to go.
I
but it
definitely
sounded good.
preferred illegal seafood.
Thank you,
Yes. Thanks, Tom.
Legal Seafood is the name of a seafood chain in Boston and probably other places too.
There was one in the airport. Did you see that?
No, was there?
Yeah.
Oh, it was when we went to go get you Starbucks.
Yeah, they didn't even look like they had like a proper like storefront. They just kind of took over like a corner where two paths diverged.
Yeah.
They just kind of had a bunch of tables like in that corner.
Legal's pretty good. Man, you're getting some followers, homie.
Yeah, 404. Followers not found. All right, here we go. So, well, while we're talking about things that we saw at the airport, I started to notice a trend among Boston places, which is that they don't know how to do grammar on their storefronts. So, waiting for the Battleborn party, we ran into I do wedding. So they do wedding.
Yeah, and I regret that picture because it doesn't show the lack of an S.
Yeah, I'll have to find the actual picture because I cut it off for the tweet so that it wouldn't be huge. But in the actual picture, I was trying to like move out of Tom's way. Hold on, we'll do the picture again. I was like trying to move out of Tom's way to take the picture, and he was too far to the left. So I'm like,
I deliberately took your picture. In that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I didn't know that.
You were supposed to be in the picture.
Okay.
So you may have been trying to get out of the way, but
I was trying to get out of the way for you.
I was trying to keep you in, so that's why I got moved over to so far to the left and it cut off the.
Well, that was a miscommunication.
So because people might be like, oh, there's an S over there, you just cut it off to make fun of them, but no, there's no S.
There's no S. It's I do wedding. So then after I do wedding, I was talking about how bad.
Oh wait, no, it's fine. I do wedding dresses and photography.
What?
I do wedding dresses and
If you
photography.
combine the whole sentence.
Okay, fine. They win that one. But then as we were talking about this phenomenon, going to the airport and all that kind of stuff, we also ran into Be Relax, which is great. And then I was like, okay, are you kidding me? I have to take a picture of this. This is ridiculous. This is going on Twitter. And so I take a picture of that. We keep walking. Then we find Is Beauty. And I'm like, I quit. I'm done. Boston, get your shit together. Learn how to grammar. And then I almost misspelled grammar.
I don't know.
I was tweeting it. And I felt really bad.
I don't know. They're probably choosing not to grammar. I do that all the time.
Maybe. It's on a storefront, though.
You know what game I'm really interested in?
What game are you really interested in?
I think out of all the ones I saw at PAX,
Monopoly.
We Happy Few
Yeah.
kind of struck a chord with me the most, I think.
Yeah. I met the We Happy Few developers. They're really
I
cool
did too.
people. Yeah. We got to chat.
Yeah, why don't you pull it up? Because it's a cool...
Okay.
It's got a very Bioshock vibe to it.
Yeah, totally. We got is this our like pseudo not even close to the end of the podcast indie spotlight?
Sure. I mean, we're just winging this one.
Yeah, totally. We're just going on it.
Because I liked Contrast a lot.
So yeah,
which was their first. That was a PS4 exclusive.
It was I think it's on PS3 as well. It might have been on. They actually might have released it on Xbox One later. But yeah, so We Happy Few made by Compulsion Games. Yeah, we'll go ahead and there we go. We'll get the.
But I thought this was pretty interesting.
Aiding pending.
I guess you're gonna draw me out then.
Huh?
I guess I'm not gonna get to talking.
Hey,
It's just I know that it's low. Okay, carry on.
That guy's a very Joker from 1989 Batman.
Totally.
Wakey, everyone. It's another fabulous day in Wellington Wells. The weather is only slightly rainy with
I think
streaks of
they're a
lovely
relatively big
sunshine.
team. I think they're like 25.
Yeah, they're a
people?
team of 25.
Everyone in Wellington Wells is
So it's a
doing
good size, so you can
exactly
see
what
like
he or she
they have a lot
wanted
of time to
to. Smiling
put in
and laughing and
getting all
taking
the
their
resources.
joy.
And this is like a procedurally generated. Like every time the game starts, the city's rebuilt from scratch.
Yeah, that was the thing that really interested me when. So I got to play it for a couple minutes at the exhibitor party, and that's how I kind of met all of them. But I thought this was going to be more of a story-based game, like kind of Bioshock and stuff. And then like playing through it, like no, it's a survival game. Like I walked out into the world or whatever, and it was like day 2. Hours survived and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, I did not expect that. But I think I kind of enjoy it more for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. Kind of.
But it's got a great aesthetic. Whoever their art director is
Yeah.
The combat looked like it could have been like a little bit like Condemned.
I actually never played those games. I hear that they're good though.
Which I hope it would be, because I like the combat in Condemned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty unforgiving, but that's the whole point of a survival game.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just the idea of a whole community kind of banding together to hunt you down. The only, I mean, I'm sure there's other games that do that kind of thing, but my favorite example is that old PC game called Call of Cthulhu: Dark Corners of the Earth, where at one point the village, the town that you're staying in, pretty much decides that you gotta go. So they come for you when you're trying to get some sleep in your hotel room, and there's a whole like sequence of events after that. But it's really creepy because they got like just all these random people like just mindlessly hunting you down, people that you were having pretty pleasant conversations with earlier in the game.
You're just like drinking tea with somebody and then they try to choke you. And it's like, no!
Well, it's not quite like that, but if that's how you want to think about it, then sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that game looked super.
And the two people we talked to were super nice.
Yeah, totally.
What was the do you remember the game by the couple that drives around? It was like
Burley Minute C.
Burley Minute. Look that one up. So we met these people. These people are pretty cool. It's a couple, and I don't know does she do programming, or I don't really know what she does.
I don't know either.
Burly Man Donovan?
Burley Minute C. But anyway, they just like sit down for a month. They work on a game, and then they just like pack up and drive to a new city and sit down there, and that's what they do. They just drive around the country and Canada.
What a life.
Yeah.
And make games. It's pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure it was Burley Minute C, right?
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
like 99% sure.
I don't know. Are we looking?
I don't know.
I saw, yeah, they just...
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
This looks right.
Yeah, this looks really familiar.
So I didn't actually get to see the game or anything, but or play it. I got to see it. But again, it's got a great look to it as well. And
Should we fast forward a little bit and get to
sure, whatever. But I just thought it was
videos?
I just thought it was neat that
Useless sea shark.
they just
Oh my gosh, the burly men are amazing.
But those are the burly men at sea. But yeah, they were really cool. They're on their way to Canada.
Yep.
We're gonna go chill in
I'm
Canada.
gonna try to see if we can get them to circle back to Columbus at some point
Yeah.
in their travels.
Come hang out with us. Get some.
If they could make a game in Columbus, I bet a lot of people around here would like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is cool. I got to kind of watch it, but while they were talking to us, but I haven't actually gotten a chance to play it yet. So it looks cool. It's so pretty. The guy on the right reminds me of the burger guy from the Parappa the Rapper 2. That makes me happy.
Yeah. I got a shark in my way, so I can't see a lot.
Ah.
What's going on here?
We almost made it through this whole podcast without acknowledging
Introducing
the
the
shark.
shark?
Was that a thing we were supposed to do?
No, I just wanted to see if it would happen.
Okay. Yeah, that was cool. There was a lot of cool games. We talked to the Indie Mega Booth people.
Yeah.
And reach out to them, and maybe we can do something GDEX with the Indie Mega Booth. You know.
I'm wearing actually their hoodie.
All right.
Cause I'm wearing an Indie Mega Booth. You're not gonna be able. Maybe. It says Mega. But yeah, they were cool people.
It says mega.
It says Mega. There we go. Yeah, they were really cool people. He was kind of sitting there. He's really good at emails, so that's important.
Yeah. Yeah, he was all about how good he is at emails. So I'm going to send him an email next week. We'll see how good at emails he is.
You can always tell when people are sleep deprived at cons or whatever,
Yeah.
because they're just conversations. They're just send me an email. I'm really good at those. I promise. It's not quite drunk, but you're.
Everybody just
you
has
probably had a
a
couple drinks.
thing. They were like, I guess I can talk to somebody about this. Let's talk about emails. It's like a simple thing where they don't have to really put a lot of effort into trying to form a conversation, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to get a conversation started, so you just jump to emails, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're all still pretty exhausted.
I'm still very tired.
Yeah.
I think taking a plane, though, was...
The way to go.
That was a good
Absolutely.
move.
So
It was like a 3.5 hour flight.
Laura Lee drinking her fancy cran apple juice.
Yeah, cran apple's awesome.
It's an abomination to God, and you know it.
Cran apple's sweet.
Crunk and Coach.
Crunk and Coach.
Tom got crunk and coach.
Did
Yeah.
you?
Twice.
3
Yeah.
times.
I don't like to drink
Did you get
on
3?
planes. I gotta go peeps.
3 separate. Yeah.
3 out of our 4 flights. You
I
got
got
a beer.
on the way there. I got one on both flights, and on the way back, I got one on the second flight.
I didn't know that you got one on the flight back, or on the flight there, from New York to Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know that we got one in the airport.
Yeah, we did that also.
So Tom was definitely crunk and coach by the time we were in Boston.
Not really. Could have gotten more Crunk and Coach. Probably would have involved smuggling alcohol onto the plane, but
There's a duty-free shop. You can get a giant carton of cigarettes and rum.
that's true.
But yeah, flying was totally the way to go. That's the first time I've flown in years. And Tom, I think you said that was the first time you've flown in quite a while, right?
Since
I
9/11.
think it was my first post 9/11 flight, but I might be wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
I definitely remember flying before 9/11, but I don't remember flying after until now.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, if we have the money, I mean, we're going to exhibit next year. We're going to do that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But if we do that, I'm debating, let's just pack all our shit up and ship it there, and we'll still take a plane. Because it just was so much nicer than
I'm taking a plane regardless.
Laura
You
Lee's
guys
I'm not
can
even
drive
messing with it.
yourselves.
If we're exhibiting, it's all for one for all. So strap in for that.
Well, I mean, they
Adventures.
said they'll set your stuff up for you if you have it shipped, right?
Well, they won't set it up for us; they'll hold it for us.
Well, so that works out though, because I thought you said that if you have that they would plan we were talking about the last night We were like, we get our stuff shipped there because they have a team that like kind of goes around and does like logistics for everybody.
I mean, they'll put our stuff in our space, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all we need, really.
Yeah, but we still have to set it up.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it would cost to ship what we need over there, but
Probably expensive.
yeah.
What if we could just send it with other people? Like, I'll hide some banners inside my. I'll check a bag with a bunch of banners on it, and we'll send Skookum with like a table.
We could just go, go to the
that.
airport and try to send it with random people at the airport. Like, hey, can you carry this with you on the airplane?
That sounds
That
like a
wouldn't
great
go
idea.
over well.
Yeah. Can you carry this electronic device on the airplane for me?
It would be fine.
Well, that and it's sketchy when people ask you to carry their bags in the airport.
Sure.
It's literally against TSA regulations. That's
Yeah.
why I said we should do it.
Oh God.
Like they said, if a stranger asks you to take something on the plane, you should go to TSA and tell them.
You should probably.
They actually announced that on the PA system, so
did?
I wonder what had happened to cause them to do that.
They probably just have it like revolving, like every 10 minutes or whatever. I feel like I heard it a couple times. Laura Lee, you and I got tagged at TSA.
I did.
Came back. Chris, you got frisked.
Yep.
Yeah.
They can't help it. Have you seen this?
I got tagged on the way back.
Did you?
Yeah, I went through the scanner and they had me step off to the side and they looked under my googly eye.
Oh yeah.
If you have a googly eye on your clothes, they will look under that googly eye to make sure that there's...
I guess that backing is metal, isn't it? Of the googly eye?
Yeah, I think so.
So,
That was the best. I forgot about that. Tom had a googly eye on his shirt because he was wearing his Hatchet shirt and he had a googly eye on the main dinosaur in the middle.
Well, because we
That
went to
doesn't
the
mean
Twitch
anything.
party and one of the...
You're like, he had a googly eye because he was wearing a Hatchet shirt. Like,
No.
it doesn't fucking
he
mean
was
anything.
he was
He has a
wearing
googly eye because he's Tom.
he had a googly eye. Sorry, the because was the wrong word.
I
He had
know,
a
I know,
googly eye on.
I'm just teasing you.
I had a
You could have
googly
had
eye.
any number of shirts that a googly eye could have been put onto.
It was put on me at the Twitch party, at the one at Gather.
Was it?
Yeah, because that girl was putting googly eyes on him. That dude had the Bubble Bobble tattoo on his bicep, and it had googly eyes on it.
Yeah.
Because she was
Yeah.
just going around putting googly eyes.
Yeah,
on
she had the
stuff.
little tin can that had googly eyes on it.
Yeah,
That's pretty great. They actually they were from Dallas and I can't remember their company for the life of me, but they are making a board game.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. So they were just kind of Chris made besties with them because they were board game developers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like you.
It was I had to so we weren't really supposed to be at the Twitch party. We kind of got invited through a friend, but I don't think anybody actually checked or anything to see if it was cool or if there were any rules about it. So
I mean, we could have just been at Gather anyway. Like,
yeah,
nothing would
Yeah,
have
they
really
only had a
stopped
corner
us.
of it reserved. So.
yeah, they had a corner of it, and then so I just kind of went in and tried to insert myself in as many conversations as I could until I could find a conversation that seemed, sufficient enough to allow us into the fold.
Yeah.
And then, by the time the night was over, we had taken over the entire place anyway. So.
Yeah, it was good.
And I don't think anybody cared. And there's a lot of interesting people there. One of the things, though, that definitely I was made acutely aware of is that, I am way too old for streamer culture. I am just it is not my bag.
Yeah.
People were just talking about all sorts of stuff. I was like, I don't know what you were talking about. I don't want to be rude, but I'm not really interested in it either. It was just the Markiplier thing.
Yeah.
When we saw him, if I didn't know Markiplier from his previous Markiplications, just looking at him, he had dark hair, red, fire red highlights.
Yeah.
He had
Shaved
these
on the
glasses.
sides.
Yeah, shaved on the sides. He had those glasses, but he took out the bad and put ass in there, so it was ass. He was screaming every 2 minutes. I was like, he just looked like a total douchebag.
Nothing against you. We understand that you have to pander towards your
yeah.
audience.
Markiplier's not watching.
Well,
But I mean, and that's the thing is, I understand.
Not yet.
This is a character. He's a persona, right? He's a YouTube personality.
I don't know, ass.
But I was just
that's pretty good. I like the idea of replacing the bad with ass.
Yeah. But anyway, my point is just like that does not appeal to me at all. Like,
Yeah.
it was obnoxious. It was dumb. It was just not interesting. Yeah, and I just streaming. That's just not my thing. I guess.
Well, a man whose target demographic is like early teenagers, like doesn't appeal to you.
Yeah, 12 and 13-year-old girls.
People who are half of your age.
Yeah.
Like literally my sister's demographic.
You're welcome. They're half my age too.
I don't know if that stuff's ever appealed to me though.
Well, in their defense, you wouldn't have had the opportunity to be exposed to that kind of thing at that age because the internet was just a twinkle in the eye of some. Raising the mizzen mast there, I see.
Thanks, Tom. Anyway, there were a lot of cool people at the Twitch party though, and again, just because it doesn't appeal to me doesn't mean that.
Yeah, totally.
Like obviously, PewDiePie has shown that you can make millions of dollars that way.
Totally. And I mean, like all those people were passionate about what they were doing.
Sure. And there's plenty of stuff on Twitch that I'm sure would be interesting to me.
Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Bob
We're
Ross
gonna be starting something on Twitch that I assume will be interesting to me because we're starting it.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a daily grind.
It always is in the game dev scene.
Yep.
It sounds like we're running out of steam here.
A little bit, yeah. It's what time is it? It's 4:59 on a Friday night.
Cool. Well, I guess that's been episode 83 of WMVG, the Weekly Multivarious Games Podcast. As always, you can find us on the iTunes WMVG, and you can find us on YouTube WMVG under our Multivarious. Multivarious under YouTube. You can find us on the web at multivariousgames.com. You can find us on Facebook at Multivarious Games. You can find us on Twitter at Multivarious. You can find me personally on Twitter at C_Volpe. You can find Cody at Cody Was Here, with was being WUZ. You can find Tom at Argenbarger.
Arguably.
Do you twits?
I don't twits.
So
you can find me nowhere.
You can find her on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Morley is not, nor has she ever been a twit.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it.
You can also email us at wmvg@multivariousgames.com. So if you have any questions about PAX or whatever, a lot of stuff happens. Email us. We'll answer your questions.
If you have any questions about Chris's old man body, feel free to shoot him on down.
I think like one of these episodes is literally going to end with like Chris strangling Tom.
Thanks,
and
man.
That's going to be the end.
I've
of the
lost
episode.
some weight recently too. Screw you, dude.
I didn't say you were fat. I said you were old.
God. Anyway,
I think payroll's due right about now.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. Bring that back.
Good fun. PAX was a good time.
Chris, I don't think you're old.
Thanks.